Hey everybody, it's the last Rogue Berserker here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Fate Samurai Remnant. I'm joined, as always, by Cool Guy, and it's a brave new world, 2024 when we're recording this, and Fate Grand Order revealed that they were putting Saber from Fate Samurai Remnant in their game, and true named the character. So now it's like, and then said, also we're doing a Fate Samurai Remnant collaboration in January, and we're going to probably reveal the true names of all the other ones too. So it's like, no! So, yeah, Cool Guy's banned from the internet now.
Yeah, fortunately, I don't use the internet. So I have not been spoiled. And, I don't intend to be, because unlike certain VTubers, I, am not going to be doing random polls on Fate Grand Order.
Yeah, and so now, and here's the big thing as well, is they've also announced that I thought it was coming in April. They had originally said it was coming in April. The first major DLC release for Fate Samurai Remnant is coming in February, and it involves a character that we're going to be encountering in this episode. So let's get stuck straight in.
さて、浅草は変わりないな。ひとまず。
で、どうだったんだい？新しくできた店は。
あそこはな、なんというか強烈だったよ。確かに品揃えはなかなかなもんだったが、いや、あの凄まじさは実際見ないとわからねえ。気になるならお前も問屋街へ見に行きな。
I feel like you're overselling a shopping
問屋
experience
街に
there,
新
dude.
しい店？
You might be right, you might be horribly wrong.
聞いたな？聞いたので行ってみよう、イオリ。
Why is Saber so excited about this?
New store, new shiny things to look at.
君は気にならないのか？私は大いに気になった。
It's the store, though. It's not necessarily food.
Yeah, but, you know, Saber likes the hustle and bustle of things as well. You know, remember the
I suppose
folks
that's true. I suppose that's true. We went into.
Saber's like the Weird Al song about the hardware store.
I like that. It's that's the best way to look at it. She's going in right as it opens, singing Weird Al's song. It's not like that. Like, the more I think about that, the more appropriate it is.
A lot of NPCs around talking about it too.
よく来たな、雑種。ごめん驚いた。
That's like massive foreboding for anybody who has any understanding of fate. That's like,
I mean,
that's like, oh no.
Yeah, I don't have any understanding of fate, but the specific word he used was it's archaic to the best of the best of my knowledge. Like Japanese people don't use that anymore. It's a little. So I'm a little concerned.
That's big, isn't it?
問屋街にあるからには何がしかの問屋か。
Like, wholesaler. How is this interesting?
噂にたがわぬ派手な店構えだ。なんだ、耳慣れん屋号だな。それに確かここは空き地だったはずだ。それが何故このような。
Right, yes.
Yeah, we did see the tools necessary for building this being set up, like earlier in the Let's Play.
これぐらいは感じ取ってみせよ。愉快なほど並ならぬ魔力だぞ。
Also, the store's name is literally called Babylon. Like, I'm just saying.
類とは桁が違う。それにこの気配。
ならばセイバー。
ああ、サーバントだ。それもとびきりの英霊に違いあるまい。
To say I've been excited to see your meeting with this particular character would be an understatement.
Like I am filled with foreboding at Saber saying an exceptional heroic spirit. Like, not said lightly, I'm certain. Wow, she is really pumped up about this.
頼も
う。待てセイバ
It begins.
なんだ、随分とみすぼらしい客ではないか。だがここが我が城バビロニアとして踏み入った貴様らの愚かさをあえて称えよう。喜ぶがいい。一旦のそのまた一旦を拝む権利を。
Now hold off on guessing, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna nail this one first go, but hold off on guessing for a little bit.
Okay.
Let's get the full experience.
Alright.
言動の突飛さとは裏腹に、なんという剣気。
I'm not certain I'm gonna nail this one actually.
Okay.
We'll see, we'll see, we'll see.
大きい。余人のまるで及ばぬがごとき、正気。剣の腕は測れない。だが、ただものでないことだけはわかる。
何？欲しいというならば譲ってやらなくもない。ま、雑種どもに手の届く品かは知らぬがな。さあ、俺の寛大さにひれ伏し拝せよ。いや、ひれ伏したら見えぬか。
まずは無礼を詫びる。聞いてほしい。俺たちは
貴様、よほど立派な英霊と見たぞ。クラスは何だ？マスターはどこにいる？
はあ、まったく。
Well, not denying it at least.
なんと不敬な。だが、俺は今一仕事終えたばかりで気分が良い。故に答えてやろう。我こそはしがないちりめん問屋の若旦那である。
は
？Fucking beautiful. Like the guy sells cloth.
なぜとぼける？貴様はただものではあるまい。
はっ、当然であろう。俺は史上にして唯一の王ゆえな。
ちりめん問屋ではない。
これ以上はぐらかすのであれば、剣を持って問うのみだ。さあ。
ほほう、貴様の剣。
セイバー。
おーい、若旦那。
I have half of a thought, but I'm still going to shut up until you say I can say something.
吉に見よか。どうした？
Yeah, you gotta get the full
Yeah.
boss experience first.
早く見せてくれよ。私も見たいな。
ふん、そうせがまずとも見せて。刮目せよ雑種ども。これが我が入魂の一作よ。
うわ、今回の
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it's made candies of himself.
そっくり。
そうであろう、そうであろう。穴が開くまで眺めてよいぞ。そしてあくまで賛美せよ。見る者皆がひれ伏し拝んだ我が至高の肉体美。
The sublime beauty of my body.
俺も三日三晩を要したが。
Yes, this is a pretty incredible introduction to a character if you've never actually experienced this particular character before.
Outstanding. Okay, yeah. Now I've got a clearer idea.
なあ、栄吉、見よ。
うまかったぞ若旦那。もう一本ないのか？
人の話を聞け、栄吉。さすが袋の王はあるのだぞ。
He's pretty good with kids, though. Or rather, I should say, kids are pretty good with him.
この石、綺麗だな。いいな。
You're familiar with, like, fake granddaughter's eyes just popped out of their skull.
それでお題。
侮るな。幼子から絞
Who do you think I am?
我が宝物庫は財に乾いておらぬわ。 お前たちはただひたすらに飴を賞味し、無垢なる賛美を俺に浴びせればいい。
Fucking fantastic.
わかったじゃあまた感想伝えに来るねじゃあな若旦那
貴様は感謝というものを覚えよ英吉。
The modeling on him is fantastic.
俺はマスターを持たぬはぐれのサーバント。
As a ruler to arbitrate the ritual. Okay.
Yeah, so bosses, remember I said there was 8 rogue servants, but that we only know of 7 classes?
Right.
The ruler is an extra class, and the ruler sort of is summoned whenever rogue, like, basically whenever Grail Wars get out of hand, and this usually entails 2 people doing, like, 2 Grail rituals right next to each other. A ruler typically appears to be like, okay, you guys calm down. And they're given, like, special means to engage and control the servants. They have command spells that allow them to basically influence other servants, and quite a large amount of them. But, as bosses putting it, not really that interested.
I want to make sure that people don't burn the place down while I'm getting my fill of like worship.
いざ今日となりそうだ。
It's just so like his brain evaporated.
Yeah, like you can hear that man's brain melting.
俺たちは命拾いをした。
Doesn't feel like our lives were just. You haven't done anything.
気のせいか。英月を求めん以上は敵ではないが、ただものではない。一体いかな英霊か。耳からして。
I presume you're not that familiar with poetry outside of Japan. Because this man looks like the King of Kings. Look upon his work, ye mighty, and despair.
その不敬、憤敬に値する。と言いたいところだが、命を拾ったぞ雑種。今の俺はすこぶる機嫌が良い。故に格別の恩情を持って教えてやろう。我こそは世の万物をすべし真の思考にして無常、絶対なる存在。
I'm deaf, and also I work as a part-time travel agent.
なでもある。
真の王。
しかり。そして貴様らは我が庭で踊る愚かな道化に過ぎぬ。故に身の程をわきまえよ。道化は道化らしく俺を楽しませてみせよ。
Saber's been done with this for the last 5 minutes.
Saber has been just getting more and more pissed off about this. It is worth noting if you like people looking around the store, and I'll do a little bit of looking later when we sort of when we're done with all of the extra stuff. There's a lot of references to other Fate stuff in that store. Some might have even seen like the most obvious one, but there are a few others.
Yeah, you mentioned the jewels bit being something that's just like if you played FGO, you're kind of cringing right now or something.
Yeah, because they're basically the little shards used to make, like, you put them together to make the currency you used to roll on the gacha. Like, you complete weekly missions to get those pieces, and then you glue them all together, and you get, like, the rolling stuff. Yori's just a bit overwhelmed at this point. So
yeah, like he's not a stupid man, but he is absolutely on the back foot with that ruler doing ruler things.
Yeah, so probably the best way I'm going to put this now is we're going to make this a thing, alright? I'm going to give you, once every episode, a guess as to the identity of boss, right? And I will outright tell you yes or no if your guess is correct, because they never reveal boss's true name throughout the game.
Alright.
As far, like, I don't know if they're going to do it during, because like I said, boss is going to be the host of an event in the DLC. It's called the Kayan Command Contest, is what the DLC is called. So presumably he is actually going to enact his ruler power to make everybody do things to amuse him. But we'll find out about that. We'll learn more about him as well. Like, we'll have a lot of like side quests to do for him, just to like, you know, get hints and stuff. But basically, once per episode, you're gonna guess. I'll tell you exactly who it is. You're free to guess at any time.
So the first, I already implied what my first guess was, but Ozymandias, the King of Kings, look upon his works, ye mighty, in despair. Nothing beside Remnant. I'm wrong. That's not Ozymandias.
No.
Okay then.
同じものが他にもあるのか。
英吉が私とミオにくれたの。二人ともまだ鳥越の神社で遊んでる。
So yeah, you'll have to wait until next time to guess.
Sure. I already have a second guess, but I'm not.
Yep.
I'm not like I'm less confident in my second guess. I'll have to think about it a little bit more. Probably in off times.
Yeah, so we should be going off to help the children, but instead of doing that, we're gonna go take care of a digression that's been sitting there for a while, and I don't want to, like, it will eventually become unavailable, and it will lock us out of actually quite a fair bit of stuff we need for Iori's development and things like that.
Sure.
So we're gonna go back to Yoshiwara and upset Rogue Berserker.
あなたの約定を果たしていないぞ。ふらりと寄ってよいのか。
I didn't go sooner because we were so weak, literally one, like, touch from Rogue Berserker would, like, insta-kill us. Now it's close to more like 3 will kill us.
Well, it's... Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you don't get to set foot into Yoshiwara this time. You get kept at the gate.
What's got him so upset? Like, you're back before you held up your end of the bargain. Like, you literally called it out before that, but whatever.
ダメだな。まるで通じた様子がない。
Primary thing that like I know I already guessed him as Agamemnon, but the primary thing that makes me think I'm wrong there is that Rogue Berserker does not have a beard, and in all of Homer's poems, Agamemnon was like everybody made a big deal of his beard. Like his
pretty big beard, huh?
Yeah, his beard was a huge part of his character.
難しいことを言う。
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, so this guy hits like a lot of trucks, and as you can see, like we'll show you in a moment. This game is gonna give you a chance to get the hell out of here. Like the game is not so mean that you do this fight and you die.
Oh shit!
The game is like, oh, you just dropped into red health. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. I die, right or die. I'm here to fight. But first, I have to eat some rice.
Yeah, I mean that's just basic common sense. You get thrown into the ground, you eat a couple of rice balls. As Yakuza teaches us.
Yeah, like that's why I say this game has a lot of Yakuza to it. You know, the walking around the town, the getting into fights with people, the eating lots of like random food that you've purchased over the course of the game in order to not die. That's a projectile attack, by the way. Like Rogue Berserker has a pretty interesting variety of attacks, up to and including you'll see it later on. Even if you're not the target of the attacks, you can still get damaged. Rogue Berserker can pick up Saber and slam dunk them into the ground, and you can get hurt by the shockwave.
Okay.
Like this isn't a. There's this.
I was gonna say I can't help but notice those red spots on the ground.
See, projectile.
Later.
私に続け。
For a minute that, like, I'm gonna be honest, I was surprised that Saber managed to keep her feet right there. Like, I thought she went tumbling back all the way with, with that, you know, like, I don't know what, like Key Blast? Sure, we'll call it that.
One thing I sort of appreciate about this game as well is if you sort of get into a position where you or your opponent's just too far towards the edge of the screen, and it would kind of like sort of the edge of the map, and it would just kind of limit everyone's movement. The enemy will just like the major boss fight enemies will just move back to the middle of the arena. It makes things a lot fairer for like you and them. All right, it's time. This is not going to win the fight, by the way. This is going to just wear down Berserker a little bit.
That is a lot of damage that you will not need to do. Like,
yeah.
That is well scouted there.
Yeah, because they do regenerate their shell after a little bit.
Oh, good. Yep, there it
And
is.
so you got to go back through it again.
When did you get back there, Saber?
Remember, Spirit Origin teleporting.
Don't worry about it.
See? Just Spirit Form teleports.
And the guard. Like the forward guard protecting you from something over your head. You know what? Fine. That's still not as stupid as a lot of the things that you're reposting. Just like flat out going nah, straight through what amounts to a freight train hitting you.
Yeah. I'm just like, I have to keep my health up too, because I don't know what's gonna like insta-give me like.
I mean,
like
that seems like
health.
something that would have otherwise insta-gived you if you hadn't watched your health.
A big.
Okay then.
Yeah. For whatever reason, the game tends to like pause a lot more. So yeah, now we're going to like the more
Sesame
expensive
rice
stuff.
balls.
I should have bought more healing items before I went into this fight. you see.
Probably.
And I would have if you know, if I lost. If I had lost this fight, I would have made it a lot more of a goofy-looking thing. So I got sugar water for affinity. I'm just like,
It's a sugar wafer.
that too. I just call it water all the time. I'm silly.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty sure in a previous
Yeah.
episode, I also called it sugar water.
I think we both talked about like the logistics of sugar water.
Probably, I don't know. Like, I don't drink when I'm commentating, but we talk about so much. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I realized I asked you about something and said, oh, hey, you spoke about something the other time. And I'm like, wait a minute, no, that was like a Kamabara I read. Later on, I was like, wait, no. And you sounded a little confused and sort of went off on a tangent. I was like, wait a minute, I don't know what I'm
me sounding confused and going off on a tangent is definitely day in the life of Cool Guy.
Because you were like, I don't remember, so I could have mentioned it. Yeah, I'm sweating at this point because I'm like, man, I do not have nearly enough like healing items for this guy.
Like, just the number of reposts you are getting on this cat just reminds me of when we played Dark Souls 1 on the stream. And I spent the more or less the entire stream talking about how parrying is stupid, and I hated how people talked about it and regarded it. It's like, oh, it's true skill. No, it's shock therapy. Blah blah blah. And our half of our chat had been jokingly like saying to me, you know, it's just because you're bad at it, because you can't do it. Blah blah blah. And then we got to Gwyn. And like I parried the first thing he did to me, and he never got another chance to move.
Yep, we bopped him.
He just came in, and I'm just like, no. Like, all right,
Probably
shut
should
up,
have
chat.
eaten that pickled daikon, but you know, it's like we're gonna need that for the workshop. But then again, we need all food for the workshop. I'm going through my workshop resources at a dizzying pace.
Oh well.
Okay.
There's the ticket.
Yep, and now it's time to just let the gremlin out again, and that should be enough to do it, I think.
You got halfway there, like the last time you broke the shield, so ostensibly this should be enough.
There we go.
Oh, right at the end. Right as that gauge was running out.
So that's one thing checked off the list. I don't have to worry about this time, because I did not get it done in time the first time I played through this game, and I had to sort of like finish off the Earth Stance stuff later.
己が霊地にある以上そう時を置かずに力を取り戻すぞ
Yeah, all we've earned is a chance to escape at this juncture.
10 minutes later, it's like nothing ever happened. Oh no, wait, you do get something for it.
何か落ちている
Yes, this starts a chain of quests that involve Rogue Berserker. You can't even start that off unless you do this fight, which is what locks you out of a lot of stuff if you don't.
Wakizashi, huh? Alright, sure.
Yeah, he was carrying strangely carrying a little Japanese blade. Even though he's quite clearly not a Japanese servant.
Right.
And I tried to go back in.
Red is just like, buddy, you get your ass kicked once, shame on you. I let you get your ass kicked twice, shame on me.
But I won. Just like looks at like complete lack of healing items. But
Yeah,
I won.
yeah, like, okay, like, technically you didn't die. That is more accurate to say.
So hopefully those kids haven't been eaten by nope, they're about to get eaten by ghosts.
Oh, there you go.
Well, it looks like we arrived just in time. If we had arrived sooner, they probably wouldn't have believed us. It's like...
まだコラは無事なようだが
Saber already processing exactly the plot point that you've mentioned.
Yeah, we better get up there. Because remember, it's like those little things. They're like condensed magical energy. Here's the real part where people will just throw their hands up at me. It's like, I should probably increase my stats with all my level up points. You know, after the fight against Rogue Berserker.
I mean, clearly you didn't need it. Who's to say how good it is? Because, like, I don't know. Clearly you didn't need it. I don't know how much leveling this junk up even helps. Like how much does 10 mat really help? I don't effing know.
Yeah, but then I do this and it's like, oh, now it's just gonna
All right. So, yeah. Like, even I can tell you're dumb.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, right, I gotta remember to do this. So this ability we're unlocking here is when you just do a regular heavy attack from straight up, no quick attacks, Iori will typically just do like a around his head sort of swing, like he sort of spins his body around, slashes. With that added, what he does is you can hold it, and when someone attacks you, you block, and if you release your block at the timing of someone hitting that attack, you do way more damage when you hit them with it. It's like a special sort of like
special
weird
parry,
like
basically.
release the button parry.
Yeah.
And the other skills we increased is both Water and Earth Stance have attacks where you do a lot of attacks one after another, and the skills I've like acquired for those allow you to do more attacks in that chain of like mashing the Y button. I just want to see if we got.
So yeah, those actually are impactful upgrades.
Yeah. Although I generally wouldn't use them against Rogue Berserker, because like Rogue Berserker is one of those kinds of enemies that doesn't, you know, like basically the enemy is, unless they're like shells broken, I guess that's probably the best way to put it. Unless their shells broken, a lot of those extra attacks would just pin you in place and get your teeth kicked in.
And he's gonna poise through all that stuff anyway, I guarantee you that.
近いな。いい子だ。
Oh no, the poor children. They're going to be executed for their greed by ghosts.
Greed of being given of like something for free. Oh no, wait, no. This is the jewels that the kid stole. I forgot. Never mind.
Yeah, he did the typical brat in a TV show thing.
Yeah,
except
I
he's,
forgot.
He's like, he's not a part of our main crew, so like, you know, you have to worry about it.
俺にかかれば
If they attack, I'll what? Die?
だが、ここは預かる。早く逃げろ。
ありがとうお兄ちゃん
見切れまい
Yeah, so we've got a new enemy type, ghosts.
Ghosts. Freaking
As you can see, I beefed the timing of that completely.
hands.
But here you can see I'll just get way more slashes in before I do like my
the
finisher.
size of freaking saucepans over here.
Yeah. The Remnant type enemy is also like it's an adaptation of the of a similar one that's in in Fate Grand Order. The ones in Fate Grand Order are usually just like, you know, legless floating skeleton ghost things. These ones have actually got like Japanese clothing items on them to make them look a bit more, you know, regionally appropriate. Similar to how the skeletons are sort of dressed like, you know, peasant soldiers.
Yep, Ashigaru. Man, I forgot how screwed up that curse lantern is. Like
Yeah.
it's been a couple of days since we commentated, and it's just hitting me all over again.
God, I love that attack.
I love Iori's just like, I'm helping during the middle of that.
And I'm like, oh no, my affinity!
Whee!
God, I just love the mechanics of this game where they implement stuff like that. So it's just like, you've always got something to do. It's not just like you wailing on a guy. There's like different things just happening around. And the more time and the more investment you spend in your characters, is the more of that like really cool stuff you'll be doing.
It feels like things are really starting to come together and pop off co-op between you and Saber, which, gonna be honest, a lot of games never quite get that dynamic down, and the ones that do frequently take longer to do so. Almost always take longer to do so.
Yeah. Like we're already like really getting it together, and like they're only going to stack more fun things for us to do on top. So. Yori's like, I'm fine. And Saber's like, I wasn't talking to you.
I don't care about you, Iori.
It's like, I'm sorry, I'm having a really confusing day. All that gold blinded me. You'll get there. He's learned a valuable lesson anyway.
He just doesn't want to admit it right now. He'll probably admit it a week from now when you know there's a substantially lower cost to his ego. Holy crap!
同じものか。英吉、君これをどこで得た？
若旦那の店だよ。店先に飾ってたの綺麗だなと思って。
若。ヒドレのルーラーか。ああ、そうか。奴の店からか。
そんな返さなきゃ英吉。泥棒したら捕まっちゃうんだよ。
そうだな。そうだよな。
Why don't you just give it to us? We'll definitely make sure it gets back there. Definitely make sure it gets back there.
I need 30 of these to roll. I need like, well, you need like 6 to make one thing that you need 30 of to make a roll. So it's like, I gotta do my weeklies. I'll be right back, kids.
Oh, okay, yeah, Iori is definitely saying I'll take care of this.
Mostly just so that I don't get jumped by monsters on the way back. Glittering fragments.
Honestly, I thought that was pretty funny too, Saber. So, with you on that one.
Saber's like, we gotta go rub this in his face. This can't possibly backfire. I mean, you know. You seem like the kind of person who would definitely go get into a fight and get stabbed, kid, so probably not.
Yeah, like you're exactly the sort of kid who would learn for about 2 months, assume you know everything, and then get in way over your head.
Yeah, so we've got two kinds of shrines around here now. We've got the more conventional ones, like back in Asakasa, and then we've got these ones, which I don't know what's written on them. I don't know anything about Dosojin, but I could go look it up right now. The power of the internet, ladies and gentlemen, at my fingertips.
Makes us look way smarter than we actually are.
So, yeah, it's basically they're basically just symbols of gods. and they're just put on the side of the road to protect travelers. That's really it.
Okay. I mean,
You know, like, Jizo are a form of Dosojin. So, but Dosojin are traditionally, they look like this. So there you go.
Alright. Simple enough. Oh, wait.
Wikipedia has some yeah, there's some regular shrines. Wikipedia has some pretty fucking weird things about them, though. What is this?
This
When
should be
shaped
good.
like a phallus, they are associated with birth, procreation, marital harmony. People really out there just making big stone cocks out
I
of
mean,
just be
is-
like, no, it's for the kami.
it's definitely a real thing that some of
I'm not
the
a sex pervert.
some of the oldest paintings in the world, like the Calais like cave paintings in France, like a good 45% of them, something like that, had something to like looked either pornographic or had a dick in it or something like that. I'm sorry, dicks are everywhere in human art. So are boobs. Like there is so much like it is what it is. Like some of the earliest jokes are dick jokes. And so some of the earliest carvings
May the schlong
are
protect
boobs.
us on our journey. Really, America Force are cowards for just not having at least one giant conk and bonk statue.
All right, lots of pilgrimages got done today.
I think that Kuwaraban talks about how there used to be, like, a lot of big shrines around this area, but, like, the Tokugawa knocked a lot of them down. Because they needed it for, like, farmland stuff. And it was only because of, like, the pleas of, like, locals that they managed to at least spare this one. And that was probably just because it wasn't in an ideal farming location.
Can't make a whole bunch of terraces up here, forehead. There you go.
Well, it's still haunted.
Every single Buddhist temple that is not actively staffed by some sort of bald-headed priest or a cool shrine maiden is haunted as hell. But it is known, dude.
This is specifically bald priest.
I mean, those are the ones that are most devout. You can tell them 100 yards off. Like they have the nice flowing robes made out of a reasonable material because they give so much to their shrine. They don't have to have time or money to get really good clothes, and they're bald as a fucking cue ball. Those are the two big things here.
Something I will point out, just while you're gone, a bunch of bald brothers. There are no cats and dogs here right now. We have to sort of leave and come back to spawn them. So I'll probably do that in like a catch-up episode. Because we've also got to, like, you know, we've got a few more revenants that we need to kill in the area, and also, like, there's an enemy that sort of spawns in too. Like, you know, one of those specific, like, you know, Johnny Longblade, the man who stabs, things like that. Just people that the game wants us to get into a fight with, and they have, like, a brief introduction, and then we beat their asses.
Seems reasonable that the cats and dogs would decide, you know, hey, those are some creepy MFers with the giant hands. We're just, like, those are probably not for petting.
Yeah, he already knew.
Of course he bloody did.
ご苦労だったな。セイバーとそのマスターよ。
貴様、気づいていたのか。ならば、なぜ捨ておいた。
たわけ、俺が手を出さずとも解決する問題に。
Resolve themselves.
ないわ。
この言い草、俺たちがどう動くか読んでいた。
And it's actually because he was aware of exactly what they were going to do.
王とは雑誌
This particular fellow has an ability some servants have called clairvoyance, and it allows them to see events.
Got it.
And it allows them to watch things that are happening from afar.
Saber's super pissed about this.
スカンピーのマスターよ。
Yeah, boss has already figured out who Saber is and was just like dropping some massive call-outs.
Yeah.
では喜べ宮本伊織よこたびの褒美として貴様らには王の手足となる誉れをやろう
Whatever you say, man.
嬉しいだろう光栄だろうさあ涙を流して喜ぶがよい
The animations are so well scouted.
そんな暇は
江戸にあふれる宝を集め我が蔵を満たす重大な責務である何貴様らはいつも通り過ごせばよいそこで目についたものを俺のもとに届けるのださすればそれ相応の褒美を取らせよう簡単であろう
So now all of those like special things that you've been picking up, the like bright blue glows, and turn them into this cat and he gives spoons.
Oh, no, that's not how it works. He'll just have related missions for us where he'll send us out to try and find things, and we'll get stuff on it. He also opens up as a shop and has a lot of really rare stuff that's quite expensive. And there'll also be something we'll unlock with him later on that will allow us to make lots and lots of money.
I definitely appreciate how fucking mad. Yeah, it's like... That's the second time that, like her text has been that huge.
It's a matter of
She's
pride.
so mad.
落ち着けセイバー無論考えあってだ
The other nice thing about boss is somewhere where you can actually buy. I kind of forgot that just moment, just so bad that like words fail Saber.
Just absolutely unreasonably fuck mad. It's so good.
But yeah, like very strong. Rulers are very, very strong. Like in Fate Grand Order, basically a ruler takes less damage from pretty much everybody, except like Berserkers who just do bonus damage against everyone, and the Avenger extra class. I didn't really explain extra classes very much, but they're just things that sort of can happen as a result of like things going weird or intentionally being altered during the summoning process, or the Grail feels like a certain thing needs to be summoned. They aren't hugely common, but they can happen, and there's quite a large number of them. But like to have a giant dump of them in like a single Grail war is like much less likely than even one appearing in the first place. And yeah, there you go. Food is involved, so
yeah, no, like this is it. Kind of came full circle. My bit of commentary on how Iori reminder is not a stupid man. He just made it about food and immediately turned Saber around because he is not a stupid man.
So we'll take a moment, talk to the kids now they're all happy again. Yeah, and we'll go take a look at Boss's store because, like I said, there's a few things. So you got his St. Quartz fragments back. There's a few things back in the background there that people will recognize from various Fate stuff. All the stuff on here is a hint, perhaps, to his identity.
Yeah, no, like I can't say my second guess, but like I was less. Confident.
You know what, Bugger? I'll break the rules. I'll let you have your second
Midas.
guess.
He's Midas.
No, wrong again.
Fucker, seriously? Not King Midas?
He's not King Midas.
Joking.
Nope.
Alright.
I really thought you were gonna nail this first go, if I'm being honest.
Like...
So this will be interesting.
Okay.
You were so confident. I was ready to like just break the rules.
Well, I mean, he's making a huge deal out of all of this and of how wealthy he is and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, okay, you know, either the primary thing was how powerful he was, which would be Ozymandias, or how rich he was, which was Midas. And it's neither one of those. I'm staggered. Alright, fine. We'll do that. I'll think about that.
ちょっとあんた、さっきから何をほうけてんのさ。しょうがない人だよ、まったく。
I don't know who he's talking about
Yeah,
there.
I wasn't even paying attention to the.
He may be talking about Saber there. But yeah, we're just gonna, to close things off, we're gonna go for a little walk around, and because there's like one or two, mostly I was traveling around. I've cut out a lot of like the between things fighting that I've been doing, but whenever something like this happens.
Iori, あれはなんだ?
Didn't we have this? No, you and I had this conversation.
Yes.
Iori and Saber haven't had this conversation.
知らんな.
Okay, so we're talking about someone who predates paper and lanterns.
Uh-huh.
Which makes sense, because how could you have a paper lantern if you don't have paper?
Right.
And of course this place is a font ley line. It's a place of importance.
Oh, that was
Alright.
just grinding fight. Right, cool.
Yeah, we ran around, did a lot of stuff. It's important to get gear and things like that,
Yep.
so...
I wasn't ready. I'm not goofing off. Bullshit. Also do more of it. It humanizes you.
Go see if we've earned anything to upgrade our stuff. We haven't yet.
Doesn't look like it.
But we will soon have better stuff. But it's really good to sort of get all this stuff anyway, because even if we don't use it, we can dismantle that. And you can sort of start to see we will acquire just more and more stuff, which can then be turned into stuff that we can use to upgrade our workshop.
Dried lizards.
So many dried lizards just made up, like,
I'm
I guess,
sorry.
in the leather.
like,
Yeah.
certain
Video
things
game
come
logic.
out of this damn thing.
So normally I would go straight to the make more money out of things thing. Like this little thing down here.
Right.
But being able to build up our affinity faster will really help, because we're going to be getting into a lot of big fights soon. Like, there's going to be a lot of big fights coming up. Which, like,
Kind of seems like,
like the...
Yeah, I was gonna say the biggest thing to do is just get the damn levels.
Yeah, we're gonna need the violence. But once we have the money, once we get the means to like make lots of money, and like by selling things of particular value to our old buddy boss, that'll be good. But yeah, that pretty much. Well, we've actually still got a little bit. Oh, that's right. There is still one more thing to happen before we get going. But yeah, we need to get a bit more SP now so that we can get our flamethrower. That spell's just a straight out flamethrower. You hold it down and it consumes gems.
Cool.
So remember how I talked about the game's like I said, the game has never made me actually sleep? We're not going to sleep. We're going to go up to the bed and not get to sleep. It just keeps happening. The game just keeps not sleeping.
I sense something.
より敵だ.
Do you not understand that sleeping to me is just as important as eating to you?
Yes, but best not to sleep while there are ninjas outside.
忍び装束ユイの手先だな。サーバントもなしによこすとは呆れるな。大方我らを見張るつもりであろうが
How
少子である。
Okay, sure.
He's like, wow, I can't believe I got called out that badly.
捉えてユイの思惑を吐かせてくれる。
See, this is a particular case where, we could definitely, like, grab them and arrest them.
It's
And
not
be
gonna
like,
happen.
yeah. No. Sorry, I'm using the flat of my blade to, like,
Yeah.
wipe out an
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
pile
like-
of dudes in one go.
Definitely using the flat of your blade, even though we can clearly see you're using the edge.
There's a great sort of joke in Fate Grand Order where one of your characters, the very first, like, servant you ever get, has a shield as a weapon, and they just talk about using the blunt side
上野にいた連中か?
As if there's
so as
any
to
other
not kill
side.
anyone, and it's like, that's a shield. But then
Yeah.
again, if you saw the shield, you'll see it's actually got, like, a part that you could just genuinely use to impale somebody, so it's kind of like, okay.
One of those, like,
But it is still
spear
really
shields.
funny. This is like, it would have been funnier if she was like saying, I'll use the backside of the shield.
御人ども邪魔なことこの上なし。
小説が幕府の一部と通じているとして
Yeah, it's like, just, this mind-controlled dude's turning up. Always seem to be at the worst possible moment.
御家人どもの異様な様
Worst possible moment is literally every moment. Like, apparently, Yui Shosetsu believes in erosion.
より
I was like, it's like you just see three guys, and then you look at the map down the corner, it's just like, oh, here comes everybody else.
Right. Those are only the cutscene dudes. There's substantially more dudes. That's kind of, that, like, I can't help but think that that's done intentionally to some extent, simply because in like literally every other game, there's always they like show off this huge crowd, and then once you get into the game, you know, you're fighting just like a couple of them, and the rest of the dudes are like hanging around in a circle, just cheering on the three guys you're fighting.
Yeah, we're like the opposite. Like three dudes turn up, and then everyone just comes pouring out like it's like an episode of Monkey.
Right. Like friggin', there's three dudes in the cutscene, and then you get in there, and just like they start coming out of the woodwork. It's like you kicked over an old log, and all of the termites come out. Oh, just go down already. You're literally the last one standing.
Yeah, we've been putting some points in our Earth style, so it's getting a lot stronger and can take a lot more hits now. So, okay, we're just gonna like, we're just gonna range up this man out of existence.
Yeah, like homeboy being boring. That is a cardinal sin.
Yeah, this is sort of setting us up. It's the realization that we can't really just go to bed. Like, this problem that we've got isn't gonna go away. We're gonna, like...
Can't ever go to bed. No sleeping ever.
It's like if Shossetsu is working with the shogunate, why do they need to be mind controlled?
Right.
You know, like, it's an interesting question. Are they on a need-to-know basis with the board? That seems silly. So very suspicious. Yeah.
御家人どもがな、ユイの手下を助けていた。あれこそ奴らのつながりを示す証だろう。違うか？
本拠。
But it just still feels wrong to you, Iori.
焦る小説は幕府の力を用いたか。
You would also think that if he was actually panicked like that, he would send a decent amount of force, right? Like Saber outright said, homie didn't even send a servant. What's going on here?
Yeah, and if like, we still don't know if there's like another master or who could mind control or a caster in the mix here. All we know is Shossetsu and Ryder. Ryder's going to be one of the characters whose identity is spoiled in the collaboration between Fate Grand Tour and Fate Samurai Remnant, by the way, everyone. So don't look.
Cool. Well, I don't.
It'll probably already be too late. It'll probably be out by the time this video goes.
Yeah, I don't use the internet, so.
Yeah, no, but I've already been like hitting at least one person. Shout out to Kaz in our Discord, who I keep hitting with a stick because he keeps manually spoiling.
Fortunately, he is also Australian, so like anytime he says anything, like I'm asleep,
and I'm just like, and I flush it. Excuse me, and then I flush it. So yeah, so that's it for this time. A little bit of fun, a little bit of a boss fight. Next time, we're wrapping up this chapter, and everything's gonna go pretty mental. Like this is gonna be pretty crazy by the end of it. So very much look forward to that, and Cool Guy's subsequent guesses as to the identity of boss.
I'll figure it out. I swear to God, I'm gonna like I'm actively going to go back and watch this like the. So we commentate over blanks, right? I'm gonna go back and I'm going to watch the blank, and I'm going to study this shit. I'm pissed now. This is a mission.
I'm a lot less confident about his ability to get this.
Yeah, well,
but that's okay because the game will never reveal it, so I will never reveal it until he gets it right. So until then, I've been the last Remote Guy.
I've been Cool Guy.
And we'll see you all next time for Fate Samurai Remnant.